Hi, welcome back to WhichCraft. Today we're going to make some cup of noodles, or if you prefer ramen. And so this is the hook sides I'm using. Today I'm using some thicker yarn. If you want thinner, then you're just going to have to do double the pattern. But I would prefer thicker yarn so you don't waste a lot of thinner yarn. But if you don't have thicker yarn right now, then you don't have to. So we're going to start off doing a magic ring. And so if you don't know how to do a magic ring, then I can make a video on how to do one and all the basic things for crocheting. And we're just going to place 8 single crochets into your magic ring, or if you're doing a chain too. So once you finish, I usually count mine because sometimes I don't get the right amount. So I would just count it if I were you, and then just pull it tight on that piece of yarn right there. And then pull it as tight as you could so it looks like that there's no hole in the middle. Okay, so now you have this nice little circle, and I always count either before I close it or after, because sometimes it like closes in where you can't see it. But we're just going to go in the first stitch, and then you're going to make one single crochet in that stitch, and then get a stitch marker or a piece of yarn, or if you don't want to use one, and put it in that stitch. And we're going to go back in that stitch after we use this stitch marker. So I just pull the yarn through with my hook if you're using yarn. So now go back into that stitch you made the single crochet and make another single crochet. And that is called an increase, and we're going to do that all the way around to have a total of 16. Okay, so take out that stitch marker, and you should now have 16 or around 16. It's okay if you don't have exact. So this is what it looks like when you're doing it with the smaller yarn. As you can see, it's much smaller than when you do it with the bigger yarn. So I would just double the pattern if you're doing it with the smaller yarn. Okay, so let's continue. So now let's put in our stitch marker. Go into your next stitch, and it's right there. And we're gonna single crochet and get your yarn or stitch marker, or if you don't have one, and then just pull it through. Okay, so now we're going to do another round of increases. So go into that same stitch again and do another single crochet. And just increase all the way around, and will get you a total of 32 stitches. Okay, so as you can tell, it's getting bigger, and we're about to form the cup. And so this step's a little bit harder, but you guys can do it. So that's just the one with the thinner yarn, and so again, just repeat the steps. Okay, so now what you're gonna do, you're going to go in the back loop only. So go in the back loop, yarn over. So I didn't get it. Back loop only, yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two. Okay, and then that's where we'll put the stitch marker in. And then just pull it through. Okay, so you're not doing any increases with the back loop, just one single crochet. So go through the back loop only, back loop only, and then just do that all the way around. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of starting to cup, and you can kind of see the stitches that you didn't go through. The front loop that you didn't go through, it like kind of bumps out. So it's starting to curve in, and now just single crochet for your, I'm blanking, stitch marker. Okay, for round 5, you're just going to do a round of single crochets. Really simple, really easy. And then we're going to do something different for round 6. So meet me back when you finish that. Okay, so this is what it should look like when it's done, starting to cup in a little more. So that's like the bottom of the ramen noodles. It's starting to come in shape. It looks pretty good. Okay, so now take out that stitch marker, and we're going to do a decrease. So do back loop, and then front loop. Some people do front loop, or back loop, but I do front loop, back loop. And in this round, we're going to do one decrease and then 5 single crochets. One decrease, 5 single crochets. So I already did the decrease. So now we're going to do 5 single crochets and do that all the way around. Okay, so now that gave it kind of its cup shape. Um, so it's starting to like form into a ball. So now we just got to build up. And that's the painful part, because we have to single crochet around 7 to 15 and leaving a total of 27 at the end still. So just make your single crochet for your stitch marker. and then insert the stitch marker. And then we're just gonna single crochet till round 15. I'm sorry, but it's gonna look better if you do that. Okay, so now it really looks nice. I would like eat pasta out of it if it was like plastic or something. Um, and it's like the right size, and it's gonna look even better after we add the pasta and do the design. Okay, so now it looks good. We're just gonna do the slip knot. So go ahead and do that, and then tie off your yarn, and then you could just like cut it or put it inside of the cup. And then we're gonna start with the design. Okay, so we're gonna do the pasta, and to that we're gonna have to make like a platform for the pasta to sit on, because then you're just gonna use a lot of your yarn. So just make a magic ring or chain two and work your stitches into there. Okay. You're going to work 13 stitches into your magic ring, because we want to make it close to as we can to 27, so we could just sew it right in. But we're going to have a total of 26 when we finish, because after that we're going to increase, but right now just add 13 into the magic circle. So now just pull it as tight as you can. You gotta pull it really tight, especially because we have a lot of stitches. It was kind of hard to do for this one. I had to really pull tight. I thought the string was gonna break, but that's okay if it leaves a little hole. Okay, so now we're gonna increase around, and you'll have a total of 26 stitches. And just meet me back when you are done. Okay, so this is where the tricky part is. This is where we're putting in the noodles. I'm using a smaller hook for this. If you don't have a smaller hook, then that's okay, or you could just use the hook that you are using to make the bowl. It doesn't really matter, but it'd just be easier with a smaller hook. So take your noodle, put your hook through like the middle part in your piece. You could kind of see the holes, and then just put your hook up through it, just like that. We don't go in the middle. You could if you want, but you would have to tie a lot of knots. And just pull a little bit of your yarn through, just like that. And you want to cut your noodle kind of long. And then you're going to go through again. You're going to grab the noodle from the other side. Don't pull it through a lot, just a little. And then it's kind of like how you tie off your yarn. And then you just put that piece through the loop, and then pull the cut piece. And then that should work. And then cut it pretty long so it looks like you have noodles in your bowl. And just do that all the way around those little holes in that circle right there. And you should be good. Okay, so now we finished the noodles, and get some stuffing to stuff the bowl. You kind of want to have a lot so it's easier to sew the words in. And then we're just gonna sew it. Um I grabbed a needle. If you don't have crochet needles, then that's okay. You could just use some thinner yarn. Okay, so I just sewed in between row 4 and 5, and I just went all the way around. So get some white yarn or the same color as your bowl so you don't really see it, and if you don't do that color, then you probably will a little bit. So just tie that off, and then I sewed it in between rows 4 and 5. Just like that. Go through one side, and then you want to make sure you get through both sides. Pull a lot of string so you have enough. And then just keep weaving in between the sides in the same row too. Okay, so now that we have our noodles in, we're gonna go do our design over rows 14 and 13. So we can get like a yellow, orange, red, green yarn, whatever. I'm doing an orange. I feel it would look better for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and knot that. Okay, so now go right on row 14. Yeah, go in row 14. And then we're going to pull through. And then go over. And then go at the bottom of that. And then pull through it. Okay, so then you're going to go back in there. And you're going to go to your next stitch, just like that. Then pull through. Pull. And then go back up. This is going to make like kind of a line pattern. It looks really nice at the end. So just pull through that. Oh, I got it stuck. Okay, so just kind of be doing this all the way around. Okay, so now we're gonna add some red or yellow or orange yarn up here. Um, I'm doing some red. I think it honestly looked good, and you're just gonna go through those stitches up there. So I just pulled through once like that, and then went into the next, but went back into that same hole. So it kind of creates a line. So then go into the next, or no, yeah, go back into that, go into the next, and then go into the next again. Go back in, and then go back in again. And then we're going to go back in the next stitch. And just do that all the way around to kind of make it like a line or a rim. Okay, so now that you have that done, now we're going to start the words. So just kind of play around with it. There's not really a way you're supposed to do it. So I'm just going to time lapse it and kind of show you what I did. I had to restart sometimes because I was not happy with the results. But that's okay. And if you need to restart too, then go ahead. With the words. So yeah, I'm just going to time lapse it and I'll see you when I am done. So I was kind of rushing on my words because it was a school night and I really needed to get to bed because it was like late and I was rushing. So guys, don't rush. And I really hope yours turned out good, and I think it will. I believe in you all. And just like keep trying. Like, yeah, like if you like think you messed up, just redo it. Cause like I redid it like 5 times, and if you're really not happy with the results, just like it's okay. Just like come back to mine and like think like, look at hers. I feel so bad for her. It's just like it's so sad and uh, it's just but I was actually happy with my results. I really hope you were too. And I'll see you next time on WhichCraft. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that bell button. Bye.